it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, for the first time, subscribe, become a member of the Slashed Squad. The day this video goes live, I will be in the air flying to Thailand for my honeymoon. I'm so excited to get to Thailand. It's been on our travel bucket list for a very long time, and because it is so warm this time of year there, we thought it'd be the perfect escape from the wintertime weather that we're getting here in Vegas. When I say wintertime weather, I'm still talking like 50s and 60s, so you East Coasters are probably like, shut up, Miranda. Either way, it's gonna be beautiful. We are so excited to get there. We love Thai food, so we're just gonna eat our way through the entire country. The only downside I can foresee thus far though is gonna be the time it takes to get there. So the whole travel day, I think, is going to take like 17 to 18 hours, I believe. I know we have like an hour layover in China and then we take like a smaller plane. But yeah, it's gonna be a long day. I've personally always liked flying. I love traveling and just the journey of getting somewhere new and the anticipation. But once you start getting to that like 8-9 hour mark, that's when things start getting a little rocky. You feel a little bit less fresh, maybe a little cranky and sleep deprived if you're uncomfortable. So throughout the years of international traveling, I've done quite a lot in my childhood and adulthood so far. I feel like I've curated an ultimate carry-on survival kit for long haul flights. Up until Thailand, our longest flight that we've done was 16 hours to Israel, and that was pretty brutal. However, it was a little bit easier because we were getting to know people who were actually going on the same trip with us. We were on Birthright. But that one, combined with some other experiences like London and Ireland, I've definitely figured out what to put in my carry-on to make it the most comfortable traveling experience possible. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you what's going to be in my carry-on for my honeymoon, and hopefully you can kind of take some tips from it if you are going on a long trip yourself. So the first thing I want to share, oh, this is heavy. It has everything inside. This is my carry-on bag. Now I do have a carry-on bag that's one of those 360 wheelie ones, but because I am actually going to be checking a large bag of that type where it's, the 360 wheels and whatnot, I wanted to keep most of my hands free, or as much as possible. So my actual carry-on bag, this is the only one that I'm going to be bringing on the plane with me, and I'm also going to be using this as a purse kind of thing once we get to Thailand. I might bring a clutch if we go out to somewhere a little bit fancier, but this is gonna be my day-to-day bag. So this is just a very classic Jansport backpack. This has been a lot of places with me. I've brought this to London, to Ireland, to Coachella. It's seen some things. But yeah, this is one of the 2-pocket Jansports, which is my favorite because these bags can get really bulky very fast when you start adding on those compartments. But this has one main compartment and then one smaller compartment for the things that you really want to have fast access to. These are very affordable bags and they're very durable. I've had this now for about 5 years, I want to say, 5 or 4 years, but either way, it's done some major traveling with me and it's held up beautifully. And it actually carries a lot still without feeling super bulky. So let's see what's inside. And by the way, we'll have links to all of the things inside as well as the bag in the description below if you want to check that out online. So first I'm just gonna go through this little fast access pouch, if you want to call it that. These are gonna be all the things that I will probably be reaching for more than once during my flight, and just little things I don't want to get lost in the bigger compartment. So the first thing is hand sanitizer. This is a Purell Naturals hand sanitizer, and it has this pump thing on it, which makes it just really easy to dispense, especially if you are sharing. Pretty self-explanatory. Planes can be dirty. This makes me feel more clean, and you never come back from that experience when you're on a long plane ride and they run out of soap in the bathroom. You get traumatized. So that's in the fast access pocket. Next up, we've got earbuds. These are the Earbeats from Beats. I just got these. Now here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people are switching to the earbuds that are gonna work in the newer iPhones and iPads where it doesn't have the headphone jack, you just need the lightning connector. However, when you're on a long flight, you actually do want to have headphones with a normal jack, because if you have a personal entertainment center that's hooked up to your chair, this is the type of headphone that it's going to take. So just in case you are on that new iPhone grind and maybe you've switched over to lightning headphones, be sure that you have normal ones with you. I have a connector to create that connection to my iPhone with my normal Beats. But yeah, so I'm bringing the connector, but I'm probably gonna use the normal jack with the TV that comes with the plane seat because I like to catch up on movies and stuff for free when I'm flying internationally. Okay, next thing is actually something kind of cool. It's called a Banshees wrist wallet from a brand called Sprigs. And I don't know if you've heard of like those waist wallets where you wear them under your clothes, and it's supposed to kind of help keep the most important things close to your body so you can avoid getting like pickpocketed and stuff. This is basically the same thing except you wear it on your wrist, which I feel is a little bit less like weird than wearing it around your waist. So you're not like reaching into your pants when you need money. So there are a couple different pockets. So there's a zip pocket here. You can put in money, change, tickets, whatever you need. And then there's a fold over pocket here where you can put in other things as well. So this is just kind of cool. You can wear it on your wrist. They come in fun colors. Adam has an orange one. And this is just nice to have things, one, just easy to grab right here, but also important things so that, you know, in a backpack, it's not necessarily behind you if you're in a busy area. So that's kind of just like a little safety accessory that I like to use. Next, we cannot go on a long flight or trip in general without an external power charger. This is just a normal power bank external charger for my phone and anything else that can be charged via USB. I do bring this fully charged on the plane with me, even though some planes do have like USB connections. It's very rare that I find that they actually work. So this is definitely gonna be a lifesaver for a 17-hour flight. Next, I have a lip balm. Now, EOS is actually not my favorite lip balm in general. I don't find it to moisturize like really heavily. However, it's easy to grab in a bag. That's like the one thing I feel like it has going for it, is that when you're just like reaching into a bag or even reaching into my nightstand, it's easy to pick out and find. So that's why I usually bring it when I have a bag full of stuff, because I don't have to go rummaging through trying to find like a little tube. So this is just one of their regular lip balms that I like to travel with because of that reason. Next up in this pocket, we have a few of the Simply Summer's Eve's cleansing cloths. Now, these are really great for, you know, after a few hours, or even if like you're just waking up and the plane's about to land, you can kind of just wipe up in your intimate areas, and it really does make a difference in making you feel more fresh and a little bit more clean, especially if you're, you know, kind of starting right from the get-go when you're landing. You might not necessarily be getting to your hotel right away. Just makes me feel a little bit more fresh. And it's really funny because in my last like 2 international trips, I was using these like religiously for not only on the plane, but just like on the go throughout my trips. And then we actually worked together on a sponsored post a few weeks ago. So that was really exciting. I got a fresh batch that I can use on my honeymoon. So the last thing in my fast access pocket, besides a couple pens, is the Colgate Wisp Optic Whites. These are basically little mini disposable toothbrushes. They kind of have a pod of like toothpaste in the middle, and you can brush your teeth very easily. I find that they're great for planes because then I'm not sitting there like juggling my toothpaste. I don't want to put it down on like the airplane countertop and everything. So this is just a nice all-in-one solution. I can just grab one and go to the bathroom and brush my teeth. This is great for long rides, again, to just kind of make you feel more fresh and clean and creature comfort situation. Okay, so now let's get into the main compartment. Again, you can see that this backpack's not super thick, but we can really fit a lot in this main compartment. I've even fit like my 15-inch laptop in the back, so if you really want, you can pack this pretty full. Okay, first thing is my wallet. Like I said, I'm gonna be using this mostly as like a purse also while I'm traveling, so I just moved my wallet into this backpack instead of in like a separate purse situation. Okay, next thing is my travel pillow. Now, in my last video that I did about carry-ons, which is when we were going to London actually, so that was 4 years ago, I had the Travel Rest pillow, which was like a side sleeping pillow, and it was inflatable, and it kind of had a big section here, and then it went down like across your body, and you kind of slept with it like that. That worked out pretty well. However, the one downside was that it was exclusively a side sleeping pillow, so I ended up getting kind of a crick in my neck whichever way that I wore it. So this one's very similar in that it is an inflatable pillow again, which I really like because you can deflate it. This one folds into itself, and then you can throw it in your bag so you're not like juggling this awkward shape on top of all your luggage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and unroll this so you can see how it works. So as you can see, this is a more traditional shape. It goes around your neck like this, and there's a little spout here where you can either blow into it with your mouth or you can actually pump it up. It comes with like an internal pump. However, I find it a little bit faster to just use your mouth. So So the cool thing about inflatable pillows is that you can make it as firm or as soft as you want. So you can leave a little bit of room so you can sink into it. And this one has like a little neck situation here too. So it's gonna prop your neck up when you're wearing it. You can kind of lean back a little bit. So that's what that looks like. It's a really soft velvet material. Yeah, so I really like this. I'm excited to use it. This will be my first flight with it, but I kind of tested it out when I first got it and it felt like it was gonna be super comfortable. And then when you want to fold it back up again, you can just squeeze out all the air. And you just kind of tuck it into itself. So it turns out really small, easy to pack. Next up, I do have an eye mask, just in case someone next to me decides to turn on the light, I can get some shut eye still. So it's a really cute little cat mask. This was from like a Sephora holiday collection a few years ago, so I'm not sure they still sell it. But there are a ton of like cat themed eye masks. If that's your style, you can just look on Amazon. Hand lotion is a must for me. I hate the feeling of like dry, cracked hands, and I always get that feeling on planes because the air is so dry. So having hand lotion on hand, having hand lotion around really makes just the experience a little bit easier for me. This is the Nubian Heritage Coconut and Papaya Hand Cream. It polishes and renews. I don't know, I like it. It smells good and it actually works. Next up, I have deodorant. Again, another product that really just helps me feel a little bit more like myself and a little less grimy when I get off the plane. So I do wear this, like, or I put it on before the plane ride as well, but I'll usually freshen up right before we land. Okay, next is actually a new product that I'm very excited to try out for this trip. It's from Kleenex. They just released these daily cleansing cushions. So they're like little cloths that have exfoliating beads like embedded into them, and it's water activated and they contain cleanser. So it's very convenient for traveling because it doesn't count as a liquid, and because they're not wet, you can actually take them out of the original packaging and like put them in a Ziploc or something without worrying about it drying out or, you know, compromising the effectiveness. Next up, I do have a detangling brush. This is the Macaron from Milk and Sass, which I like because it does come with a compact mirror inside, which is handy. And then inside here, I've also stuck a little hair tie, which is also from Milk and Sass. These are their sugar twists. I talk about these in my video about tools for thick hair. It's just a hair tie that works really well to hold your hair in place, especially if you do have thick hair. So I just kind of put that in here and it acts as like a little case as well. Next, I have face moisturizer, especially after I cleanse. If I do choose to do that on the plane, probably will halfway through and then right before we land. This will help my skin kind of revive and not look as dull as plain air usually does make it. Now next up, I am bringing my iPad Pro onto the plane and on the trip with me. Now in my last carry-on video, I had more of a bulky case that had a built-in, not laptop, but keyboard. Now I don't use that anymore because again, it's bulky and it's one more thing you have to charge to keep it usable because you had to charge the keyboard separately from the iPad. So I just have like a normal, you know, one of those magnetic iPad things. So this is just enough and especially keeps it more lightweight for traveling. And then on the entertainment subject, I do have the book that I'm currently reading. It's called The Woman in Cabin 10. This is one of the top sellers, I believe, of 2017, and so I'm a little late to the game, but my friend lent it to me and I'm about halfway through. And it's actually kind of funny because, like I said, I'm filming this ahead of time. I'm clearly not in Thailand right now, but I have a feeling I might finish this before we leave because it's such a good book and I am addicted to it. But if I do finish this, then I will bring whatever my next book is. If you have suggestions, well, it's too late because I'm already in the air. But if you have suggestions anyway, I love to read, so leave them in the comments below. Next thing is I am actually carrying all of my makeup on. The reason I do that is not only because sometimes I do decide to do my makeup on the plane if we are going straight to like an activity after we land. But even if that's not the case, I do like to carry on my makeup because I've heard way too many horror stories of people checking their makeup and then getting to their destination and their makeup's not in their bag. So I never like to take that chance. Now, this is a bag from London, Soho, New York, and I can't find it anymore. I've tried to like share it with friends because it's my absolute favorite makeup bag, but they make a lot of these same format bags that you can find on Amazon, and I'll link some below. But the reason why I love traveling with this bag, and it's one of my like exclusive travel accessories, is that it folds out like this. and then it has a hook right here, so you can actually hang it up in like the hotel bathroom on like a rope hook or a doorknob, and it's just a really nice place to keep your makeup off of the countertop, and you can just see everything at once. So this has been my favorite travel bag since I've gotten it. So I'll just go quickly through the makeup that I'm bringing. For me, it's not a lot, but maybe for the normal person it is. So I'm bringing 3 e.l.f. lipstick day to night duos. I just talked about these in my lipstick declutter, and each of them has 2 complementary shades in one. So in essence, I'm bringing 6 shades. So I have the nudes version, the reds version, and the berries version. So I kind of have a little bit of everything to match whatever look I'm going for. Now it is going to be warm in Thailand. It's also going to be humid in Thailand. Not my favorite type of weather, but we're gonna go with it. So I'm bringing the Covergirl Trublend face primer for combo skin, and then I'm bringing the Rimmel Stay Matte foundation. This is great for when you are in those humid atmospheres because it lasts and you get great coverage. So for my face, I'm gonna be bringing the City Color Cosmetics Contour Effects 2 palette. This is the newer version, so it's the hard case, which I like to travel with. And as you can see, we have a contour shade, like a bronzy-ish shade. I never use this middle color. And then a highlight and a full-size mirror, which is gonna be very handy for doing my makeup. For blush, I'm bringing the CoverGirl True Blend Blush in medium. This is just a really nice everyday kind of flush of color. I am wearing it today, and I'm not gonna drop my makeup right now. For my eyes, I'm bringing a new product. This is from Balm. It is the Meet Matchmaker palette. It's got 6 mattes and 6 shimmer colors that kind of range from neutral to bold. And I just think it's a really nice balance whether I want to kind of do something a little bit more crazy or keep it on the neutral side. I will get what I need from this palette. And it's just small, it's compact, it's easy to travel with. So that's why I wanted to bring it along. Okay, I'm bringing my Maybelline Colossal Big Shot Mascara. It's one of my fave everyday ones. My Rimmel Scandalized Kohl Kajal Pencil for tight lining because it is waterproof, again, like I said. Tweezers, because this is a long trip, so my brows are definitely gonna need some maintenance. I'm bringing the Benefit Brow for my brows because this is very waterproof, and so I know that if I sweat and it's humid and everything, I won't have to worry about like wiping my brows off. The NYX Matte Liquid Liner, very close to waterproof, though it doesn't claim to be, but it's lasted hours on me through all sorts of climates, so it's my go-to. And then I'm bringing my Profusion eyeshadow primer. So packing light, considering that makeup is my thing, again, because it's gonna be so hot and humid and we are gonna be a little bit more active, you know, sometimes on those types of trips, I bring makeup and then I don't really end up using more than foundation and brows and mascara. So that's why I did want to be a little bit more conservative and be a little bit more realistic. However, if we do go out to like a nicer dinner, because again, it is our honeymoon, I do want to, you know, kind of get a little fancy. Now the last thing in the carry-on bag is changes of clothes. So I do have a couple of panties, which I may or may not change into on the plane, but just having extra clothes in general in your carry-on is a very smart idea, especially when you are going on such a long trip. The reason why is because just in case your actual luggage doesn't make it to your final destination and they, you know, have to get it shipped on another plane and they say they'll ship it to you, which has happened before, you'll have something to wear for a couple days. So I'm bringing a pair of jeans, which I can wear for up to like 3 to 4 days if necessary, a bra, and then like a nice blouse, and then a t-shirt. So no matter what we're doing the first couple days, if I need to, knock on wood, I can kind of live without my main luggage for a little bit. But yeah, that's always just kind of a smart idea just in case, or you know, if you end up like spilling on yourself. So that is everything in my honeymoon carry-on. Again, I will leave everything below in the description. So please tell me in the comments, what are your must-haves for long flights or just flights in general? I always like to discover products that are gonna make life a lot easier for me while traveling. Hopefully, if I've had a productive week, then there should still be a video next week while I'm away. However, if not, then I will see you when I get back, and I do plan on doing a little bit of vlogging, or at least, you know, like a highlight reel. So if that's something you wanna see, give the video a thumbs up to let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, become a member of the Slashed Squad. I make new videos every Saturday, but like this one, I'm trying to add more in the middle of the week, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!